sure that's working quite right this morning. It seems to be, I don't know if it's on my end or everybody's end or what, but it's pausing and lagging, and I got that already. All sorts of wonderful things this morning. So screw it. We're not going to do it. It's okay. It's all okay. How are you this morning? I hope everybody is having a fabulous morning. It is outside at best. Good morning, Kathleen G. How are you this morning? It is 10:30. I fell down into Facebook video land this morning. Never a good thing. Never a good thing. I was looking for something in particular, and I went, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, that's shiny over there. And then all of a sudden I was an hour later. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Renee. So I have come up for air, and I have things I want to do today. Like I want to clean my house. I'm so excited to clean my house. Who isn't? Right? Who isn't? No, but I have things I want to do. Good morning, flowers. Good morning, the wild ones. Yeah. So, blah, 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 blah. And onward. The peacock has been going off all morning. It's like somebody... Now my feed on the Miscuans went off. It's like somebody... You just left me a voicemail. Really? I haven't gotten it yet. At the shop or here? You have a job interview on Thursday. Yay! Good morning, Carrie. Good morning, Nia. But the peacock has been going off like a siren this morning from early on. I know our neighbors have to hate us. And our neighbors are like not immediate. We don't live in the city. Okay. But we, at the Lilac Festival, our neighbor was like, or one neighbor's like, that is a loud bird. Like, I'm so sorry. If you think it's loud over there, you should be over here. Well, he was missing his girls this morning. He couldn't find his girls because he has 2 girls. And at you left me a message at the shop? Okay, I never check those. I try. But I don't work today. Yes, psychic medium. Everything okay, Jansen? So anyways, he couldn't find his girls, so he was screaming. Anyways, he found the girls, and I can tell because I hear the feathers going, and he's pounding on the ground, so I know he found the girls. So yay! I wish that would have happened like 6 o'clock this morning. Okay. Good morning, everybody. I love that, everybody on here kind of knows. Good morning, Megan. Kind of is getting to know each other. Like, that is what's really, I love that. It is about community, and that is so important. Sometimes we feel really alone on our spiritual journey. And I could probably just be like, how many people have felt alone here and there on this? Didn't even know there was a voicemail for the shop. It's so 1999. I know how to answer it, but I think I can answer it manually too from a distance. From a distance. You look like a friend. Beaches. What a great movie. Oh my gosh, do you guys see how that happens? That's how my brain works. This is your brain. This is your brain on Lisa. Okay, we are doing readings this morning, I swear. If anybody's interested in Sedona, we have a couple places left and a couple spaces left in the Airbnb with us, with the heated pool and the 2 acres of beautiful gardens and the dark sky park that we're going to do CE5 at. And CE5 is, hey, let's have aliens show themselves to us. I didn't update on my phone. It is horrible. My husband's micromanaging. So, all those things. Okay, but we're gonna do CE5, which is it's kind of like going. Yeah, my guides work through movies and dialogue and things like that as well. So it's really interesting. Sometimes you never know where you're going to go. But CE5 is when you go. I live in this universe and in this galaxy and this on this planet in this country at this location, and you project that out and you ask for extraterrestrial visitation. Has anybody ever done this before? Any questions? Good morning, Diana. Has anybody done this before? So we're going to be doing this in it's actually we're staying in Cottonwood. We're not staying directly in Sedona, but we'll be doing this in Cottonwood, and then we're also going to be doing trance mediumship, which is if you've not experienced trance mediumship, it is where I put my brain in the back room and I allow an energy to speak through me. And we usually talk to Oz, who is a collective of extraterrestrial energies and the Galactic Federation kind of thing. And he's kind of snarky with my husband, which is fun. Good morning, husband. There's my husband now. Uh, but he has a very dry sense of humor. One of the last times we actually did this, it was a surprise. We thought Oz would come through, and we actually had the Titan Celine come through. So imagine that coming through. I was sitting in the background of my brain going, I don't even know what's going on right now. Okay, good morning. Can I get a whoop whoop in the room? If you could share out to friends, invite friends, your own feed, groups, things like that, that we always appreciate it. And also, throwing out emojis really raises people in the rankings and lets other people see things that are going on. So we really appreciate all of your guys' support. We really, really do. Um, Whoop, whoop. Yeah, Susie, it's really amazing. That was an amazing. Diana, were you there for the Celine moment? Because she was brief. That was brief. And I have it as a recording. I should put it out on YouTube. I have it as a recording. And I can tell you from my meat suit here, I felt very disconnected and very cold. And we didn't really realize who it was until Tanya Lee, who works with the Titans, come in and she was like, this is who that was. And we were all just in there going, what the hell? It was so cool. Okay, here we go. Woohoo! You were there. I recall it. I just need to go back and watch it. So if you guys have never seen transmediumship, the face will actually move. The trace transmutes. There's a transmutation that goes with it. And you can actually see another face lay over top of the person that's sitting's face sometimes. Really cool. But you can also feel the energy shift from the sitter's room to your room. You can feel the energy shift and the presence move into your space. Totally cool. We should do one of these live one evening. We should. You know what I missed, you guys? And it just popped into my brain, so I'm going to say, about now Katrina would be popping in saying good morning. It's just something that popped into my brain. So there we go. Katrina says good morning. Not that I'm saying I'm talking with Katrina, but I just feel like she would have popped in by now. Anyhow, yeah, the masking is really cool. The masking is really cool. So I took a year-long apprenticeship with Tony Stockwell for this. And this is where my husband goes, Tony Stockwell. Because all I did for a year was talk about Tony Stockwell. It's happened a couple of times, yeah. I know, right, Diana? Don't you think she would have popped in about now, though, and been like, good morning, everybody. I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm loving my apartment. I'm so happy where I'm at. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Okay, onward. I'm going to scroll now. Jessica Marie, good morning. Good morning. All right, let's go with Kathleen G. Kathleen G. I want to talk about so I have decks of cards in front of me. You'll hear me shuffling them. That is my I do it, and it's just an annoying thing. Now I'm crying. I'm sorry. We're not going to talk about it. Good morning, Tracy Tate. I haven't talked to you in a long time. So Kathleen G, are you still here? Please let me know you are still around. I know. Been a while. You had a cardinal fly into your office on Friday. That is awesome. Like, what a hey, hi, here I am. Yeah, I know, Diana. She's sad watching people be sad. I'm just making sure Kathleen is still here. Yes, she is. Okay. All right, here we go. Kathleen, I want to talk about the things that you hear around you. And I think that you're doing too much. I have one guy that's coming across going rocking around the clock, doing too much. You are just like trying to move and shake and cover all the bases, right? You don't have to cover everybody's bases. Cover your own bases and let everybody else figure out, good morning, Jesse Cheek, and let everybody else figure out how to cover their bases. We cannot be the everything for everybody. Why are we taught that we're supposed to be the everything? Right? I have recently decided, and my husband is on here, possibly still on here, I don't know, that I'm going to be in charge of the house, and I don't want to do anything else. This is not true. I will still do stuff outside. I just I feel overwhelmed by the number of things that need to be done, and my brain handles it differently. So I have to slim down what I am charged, what I put in front of myself. It's not true. I can't do it. I can't do that. But Kathleen, I want you to start looking at some of the things that you can cut out. And by the way, I need to tell you that you need to start like doing little things like move your coffee pot. People don't think a whole lot about this, right? Move your underwear drawer. Who wants to lose their underwear? Nobody does, right? So, yeah, right? Because it takes us away from being ourselves. I get that. But change something in your life that is a very steady pattern for yourself. Okay. Maybe move where your phone is, something along those lines. Move where your phone charges, move your coffee pot, move something that's very fundamental that is part of your day. You need to shake up your routine. You need to shake up your routine. Summer Dawson, good morning. And I also want to say that, some of the things that you are overdoing things you're doing, they actually become obstacles for you. They become the things that stand in the way of you actually doing the things that you want and love. Good morning, Petty Moose. And start looking and setting yourself better goals. You need to have goals that are attainable. Please don't make unattainable goals for yourselves, right? My friend Shannon and I, we did, this is like a little sidebar, a little Lisaism. We did keto like 7 years ago. We did really, really good on keto, and we both lost like 50 pounds and kept it off till COVID, right? So here's us now. We are not going to eat sugar ever again. How attainable is that? That is not attainable. Don't make unattainable goals. That's why I looked at her and went, we cannot do this. You know why? Because we like food. Okay. So don't make unattainable goals. Make yourself a bunch of little goals that you can write on a list and check off and feel successful. The more successful you feel, the less depression you're going to have, the more uplifting energy you're going to have, and the more you are going to take off and fly. I hope that helps. Me and my phone going off over here. My husband's like, what are you doing? What's awesome? Oh, awesome that I got it already. Okay. Anywho, moving on. Here we go. Gonna get a whoop whoop. I cannot tell if anybody's throwing emojis or anything like that. This does not allow me to see that. I just realized that. I wonder why. Oh. Let's see. That cardinal has to come through the garage door and into the laundry room, make a right, and then another right, and to get into your office. That is crazy, Tracy. That is crazy. But messages come in crazy ways, don't they? Moving your coffee pot right now. So this is really important. So this is kind of a blanket thing, you guys. Move something that is part of your day-to-day. we get into these subconscious routines, right? And our brain stays right here. Guess what happens when our brain stays right here? When we lose brain cells, we start to decline in our mental acuity, right? That's funny because that's not my word, mental acuity. Um, I don't like our smartness. And but if we move things, if we create new things throughout the course of the day, step away from the subconscious patterns that we do all the time, we create new brain cells. New brain cells are much more teachable than old brain cells. So they're going to retain more information. So this is really, really good information to have to create more muchness for yourself, right? Create more brain cells. Yeah. Good morning, Summer Dawson. Okay, can I get a whoop whoop in the room? Can I get a whoop whoop? Okay, can I get a witness? Let's see. Let us go with Star Trek. I just realized what that was. I saw a meme yesterday with Kirk in it. It's just not right. Has anybody seen the baked potato meme that's circulating around right now? Like he was one of the galactic princesses, and she had on this tinfoil thing. And anyways, a jactor shut up. He's like, I feel baked potatoes. Never mind. Anyhow, moving on. Just the weirdness that comes across the internet. I can't even. I couldn't even share it because I was like, no, who am I going to share that with? It was funny. It was funny. Okay. Meredith Reed, good morning. Let's go with Carrie Girl. 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 Carrie Girl. Did I say it right? But did you like? I did. I did like the Mother's Day meme. Thank you so much, Renee. Did. I know. Uh okay. All right. Are you still here, Carrie? Bum bum ba da ba da ba ba ba. Star Trek. I don't know. Don't ask me why. I don't see Carrie replying, but that doesn't mean anything because my I have lag. And I know Jesse's like, how do we get rid of lag? We don't. Susan Bradley, good morning. We don't get rid of lag. We cuddle with it. Consider it our friend, and we just work along with it. That's all we do. Okay, I don't see Carrie. So let's move on. I see her 2 minutes ago, but oh, there she is. Okay. She's like, wait, wait. I never want to live without you. Ooh, that's an old one. Who did that, you guys? Wait. I never want to live without you. Who was that? And don't check your phones. Kathleen, have a wonderful day. Oh, it's movie trivia. Air supply? Maybe. You can make me check my phone, but I think it's no. This is a bad. It's just bad. Okay. I thought it was something cheesy like White Lion. Who was that? I don't know. Okay, who did I call? Shit. This is why I have to stay on track. Who'd I call? I called somebody. And you guys would think I'm ungrounded. I really am not. It's just me. Somebody look it up and let me know. Who did I call? White Line? Really? Wow, my 80s brain is good. 80s brain's good. 2020 brain? 2025 brain? But my 80s brain is good. Okay. Okay, whoop whoop. I don't remember who I called. Care Bear Bard of Cards, how are you? Good 80s brain. Right? I heard PYT was playing while we were getting a haircut yesterday, and the girl's like, I'm like, oh my god, that's old school, and she's like, what is it? Oh, Carrie, I called Carrie. Thank you, Beth. Beth, the best thing I can say, because I don't know what times I have open, is go to mymysticallife.com and it'll be at the top, the booking tab. Yeah, for in the store. Okay, Carrie, I'm sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, Carrie. I want to talk about the drum beat that I hear with you. I want to talk about being a natural healer. Now, when I say that, you guys, I fully understand, and I hope you do as well. Everybody on the face of the planet is a natural healer. We all have the capacity to heal ourselves and others. We have forgotten it, or has been planned and kind of trained out of us over the millennia, right? But I hear the drum beat behind yours, and they say you have been doing healing for a very, very long time. They want to. I don't know why we're talking about that. Why are we talking about the drum beater? Why do we talk about the drum beater? Why are we talking about the drum beater? The drum beater. What about the drum beater? Oh, okay. They're talking about making a louder noise. So you can, because I'm like, a lot of traditions just use their hands on the hand drums, and they're talking about making a louder and more distinct noise. And this is something they would like you to do in life now. So when you're talking about things, make your point. Don't just him-haw around. Don't bullshit. Make your point. They want you to be more like, this is how we need to do this. This is how we need to move forward. And how do I get that from that drum beater? Because if you're using a hand drum, and I want to do a drum making class at the store. I think that'd be great, but I have to have enough people interested. If you're using just your hands, you have a much more muted tone. But if you are using a drum beater, you are going to hear every tone, and you're going to be able to make yourself heard a little bit better. Is kind of what they're going with here. Sounds like African lion safari here. But they want you to be heard a little bit more. Now, why do we hear the drum beats to begin with? It's because you have been a shamanic healer in the past. Now, what is the difference between a shamanic healer and an energy worker, right? They do the same thing on a baseline principle, right? But shamanic healers actually dig in and do the deep stuff. I think it would be fun too, Jansen. The problem is it's not going to be a cheap thing. I know that. It won't be a cheap thing. So when shamanic, this is how they want you to understand shamanism. Shamanism goes in and works on the other side. So they're also talking about mediumship and intuitive skills. I don't know what you do, but they're giving this kind of information. Shamans work on the other side to do healing, whereas energy workers are working here in the now most of the time, unless you're using distance Reiki or Honshu Shunen or something along those lines. But they want to talk about your ability to walk on the other side. Now, there's a unique ability that a lot of intuitives have, and a lot of shamans have, and all shamans have it. It's called spirit walking. So closing your eyes and be able to work on the other side quite easily would come easily to you if it's something you were decided to do. I want to talk about a past life for you as well. We're going to go here. Please don't shoot the messenger. If you guys have never seen past lives done before, don't be hating on me. I never know where we're going when we start. They are a lot of times brutal. And I say past life, but what I really mean is everything's happening all at the same time, right here, right now. So you use the Bodron, yeah, Bodron. I have one hanging uh, um, in the shop, and I know I said it wrong, but it was my father's, and they have a wonderful, distinct tone for a drum. Absolutely, Susie, they really do. And you take that wood beater to it. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Good morning, Jenny A. I think I missed a message from you. Back to Carrie's past life. The very first thing I want to go to, Carrie, is I get the feeling of being hung the wrong way. Now, this is, I just have to tell you that I'm sorry. I don't know where this is going. Um, why I say being hung the wrong way is we traditionally think up traditionally, like I go around hanging people. I do not, I have not. Uh, but um, as like you see in the old westerns where they do the noose and it's behind the neck and it breaks the neck like this. So the noose goes up the back. This is not how this happened. This was a very rudimentary knot that was put together, and the person was hung in this direction here. Now, what I do have to tell you about this, I'm sorry, this is kind of graphic, guys. So what I do have to say about this one is I get the distinct feeling of neck issue. If you have any neck issues, it could be lingering from this particular past life. But this was somebody that was hung out of anger. This is somebody that was hung out of anger, and it was just like there was no slip knot, there was none of that. It was just a loop, and done in a straight knot, and they hung the person wrong, so they did not pass away the way they were supposed to. So um, they hung there for a while and was left to hang there for a while. I will say that this person was a male energy. I need to get more information because I'm having a hard time getting past the manner that this person was hanging there. I will say they did eventually pass away doing this, but it was more of a wind crush instead of a neck break. So they hung there for a while. I really feel like they hung there for a while. I know it sounds horrible, and it is. It is horrible. So I want to talk about Sicily. I want to be in. I want to talk about that area of the world, and I feel like this person. I'm sorry, took stuff. I feel like they were somebody that took things that. Hey, Iron Fire Horse, how are you? How are you? So I feel like they took stuff that did not belong to them, and honestly, I feel like it was food. I feel it was food because keep seeing like grapes and I keep seeing grapes. They keep showing me grapes. And this person was not very old. This person was probably 19, 20, and they lived in a state of regret. So just make sure that you in this particular lifetime are not regretting your decisions. Your decisions are yours. Keep moving forward. It's all good. But this particular life um, was rough. It was and I'll call it as I see it. It was a rough, rugged, painful lifetime. This person didn't have shoes. They want to talk about not having shoes. And I don't know what the keys have to do with anything. Okay. So Jackie Freeman, how are you? I want to talk about the keys, and this is just the images that I'm given. The keys that were lifted off of the spike to get into the food locker. So I feel like this person might have actually like been an employee or somebody that worked where they took stuff from. Flowers, I'm so jealous. I really am. She just had her eyeliner tattoo done yesterday. So, anyways, why do we do past lives? We do past lives to help us see correlation between lifetimes. Like the feeling of guilt of not being enough, not having enough, not being able to do enough for other people. And by that I mean I believe this person was trying to provide for somebody else. And that would have been a fear. That would have been a fear as they were ebbing away, would have been who's going to care for so and so now. So that's kind of the energy that comes from that lifetime. Pay attention to your self-talk. Make sure you don't fall into that I'm not good enough talk. Okay? Like I don't do enough. I can't be enough. I can't get enough done. Make sure you don't fall into that. I may be homeless, but at least I look good. I hear you. Oh. We're trying to get on more often, Jackie. It just I'm trying to be like the first of the week is when I am on usually. Sometimes in the second part of the week, I'm either at the shop or running, things like that. So I'm trying to be on more often. Absolutely. Once again, you guys, if anybody's interested in going to Sedona, you'll find all that right down here. We are a hell of a lot of fun. It's my selling tactic. We're fun. You will have fun. Okay, hopefully that's helpful. Move on. We're moving on. We're moving on. Bye, Iron Fire. We're moving on. Thank you, Renee. This is my outside work shirt. Shh, don't tell anybody. I'm gonna go out and play on the laser after the laser after a little bit. The laser. Okay, moving on. Can I get a whoop whoop? Can I get a witness? I hope that's helpful, Carrie. I feel like it was all over the map on that, but they're like, there's so much to say. We just have guides that are like all over the place. Right? Can I get a witness? Ooh, the laser. I know. I hooked up the track to it. So what do I have the laser for? What do we have the laser for? So if you haven't seen our oracle boards, which wouldn't surprise me because I do not post a lot about our oracle boards, but you're going to get ready to see a bunch about our oracle boards. I will say that when I was younger, much younger, I touched a Ouija board and that scared the shit out of me. It did. It scared me. And so I never touched another one again. And then when I was living with my father in Texas, helping him before he passed, him and I sat down one day and I went, I need to do this oracle board because we do like seance evenings at the shop, but they're not really. They're not what you would think of as seance. We turn on swing and rock and just really great old music and throw dollar bills at our tables and they dance. Now, if you've never been to one of our table tipping sessions, boy, we should take a table to New Mexico or to Sedona. Yeah. But so it's really wild. It's a very our tables particularly are very unique. So my father and I made this table, and I'm trying to make it much more accessible. What a lovely day! Hello. I'm trying to make it much more accessible because they're mediumship boards, and they are so cool. It's just a neat way to be able to get messages very clearly from the other side. Anyhow, I have the laser for that. So I don't have, because I paint them by hand. And they are cool. They're cool. I don't know if I have any pictures of any, but I don't know how you look that up. Oh, that ain't it. I paint emu eggs too. There's the emu eggs. Oh, well, there's one, but that's not the one I'm looking for. So this was mine, and I unfortunately messed this one up. So this one was mine. This is the goddess Athena, and I messed it up. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is the Oracle of Delphi. This was the Oracle of Delphi board, and I absolutely 100% screwed it up. And I tried to save it, tried to save it, tried to save it, and it was not savable. So it is no more. But let me see if I can find a different one. I mean, I have painted a lot of them. Donna Culverhouse has one. Isis has one. I just want to show you because I'm proud of them. Oh, those are emu eggs. That's not it. Okay, maybe that's Oracle. How about board? How about board? Because I've done quite a few, and I really, really do love them. Well, that one. Nope. 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 Oh, here's one. This is a video, but that one's a video. So this one was my yin yang dragon one. That was my first one. My sister owns that one. You guys want to see table tipping? Yes, we can move the table. Can you move the table further? And do you have anybody in particular? You hear all those chairs moving? It's because these tables move fast. Anyhow, that's a different table. Anyways, well, I guess I just don't have them. I suppose I should have a catalog of them, but I don't, with pictures. Anyhow, that was one you were thinking about. That one is, gosh, I actually, one of my favorites that I did was Aaron's, and it was absolutely stunning. I like it when somebody challenges me and all of a sudden I go, holy shit, I didn't know I was capable of that. Oh, here it is. Here's Aaron's board. It's not finished in this. This is just the graphic. I loved this particular board. It was just such an interesting board. I'm sorry, this is where I went. This is where I went, obviously, this morning. Oh, and this one is mine. This one's mine. You have video shorts on TikTok. Oh, I do, absolutely. That's right. This one, let's see if I can find a better picture of it. This one is Angela Maynard's. I was doing some for sure. Let's see. Yeah. So this is what they turn out looking like. This one's not done either. But so the principle behind these, the principle behind these is medium, the bird boards turn. Actually, what a lovely day. This is one of the things I am very proud of. Angela. There's Angela. It was Angela's board. this is one of the things I'm very proud of. It's very spirit driven, and they are. So these are the ones I hand paint. I will continue to hand paint them, but I'm going to be able to make them a lot more affordable with engraving as well. So if somebody wants them just engraved instead of painted, I can do that. Mm. I digress. I got totally off track. Totally off track. So mine is actually Myrddin. Myrddin was Merlin in the Arthurian tales. Myrddin is also the Green Man in pagan mythology. Um, so there's a deep there's a there's a deep hole there to go into. So my art is Prince? Nah. But can I do a cat? Absolutely, I can do a cat. I used to paint Christmas ornaments, and for years I did that. But I stepped away from painting, and we have to find the things that we really enjoy. And as we really step into those, we need to stick to that. Do the stuff you really enjoy. I sat down the other day, and it was just some simple painting, super simple painting, and I was just happy. I was just happy. It was just water staining basically, but it was fun. It was fun. But can I paint a cat? I can absolutely paint a cat. Okay, moving on. Susie, I would love Glastonbury. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I know it. I'd love to walk on that ground. Love to walk on that ground. By the way, Myrddin, Merlin, Enoch, Metatron. Go down the rabbit hole. Okay. Tracy Tate. Ooh, let go of the anxiety, take on your own ideas, and that is how you become bountiful. Don't be living according to what other people say, but also it's time to come out of your shell. It's time to start moving in your own direction, not everybody else's direction. That's how you become prosperous in all things. Lisa, Care Bear asked, what do you do to protect your energy prior to reading? You guys really want to know? Wait, let me go back to make sure I'm answering the right question. Like, seriously, no, that's not it. What do you before I paint? So each one of my boards is I have sigils on them. So it's so interesting because I want people to have control over their own energy and their own boards, right? So they get to tell me what sigils they want, and did I call somebody? I did. They get to tell, I did. Okay. Look at me having a conference call over here. I put the sigils on, but I work very closely. Oh, prior to table tipping, Archangel Metatron. So I'm a flake. I know you can't tell that from here, right? But I am a flake. My brain goes like a ping pong ball. And when I first started doing this, I made an arrangement with Archangel Michael, and I said, look, you see me, you know what I am. I'm a flake. And I set up a contract with him that anytime I go to do any type of spiritual work, he comes in and protects me. Because if I forget, I want to be protected. And he does. He pops in. If I go to meditate, so there's a physical tell for me with Archangel Metatron. When my bottom lip starts to vibrate, it feels like tingly. I know that Archangel Metatron's around. That's his tell for me. So if I sit down to meditate, that immediately starts to happen. So table tipping is the same. I call in Archangel Metatron, and we call in only the highest and the best to come work with us. We are very protected. Never ever have we had anybody walk out feeling scared, ever had anybody have any kind of attachment Doing shamanic work also assists me in being able to go, we don't do this shit. We don't allow in negative. And if I was to think that there was anything negative coming across on a table, we cut it, we move that, and we lift the energy back up in the room. That's where the music comes in, by the way, you guys. When we are laughing and we are having a good time, there is no room for negativity, really. And I know a lot of people are scared of we don't even use the word seance really when we do these. It's spirit circle because we control the energy. It isn't just people have an idea when they sit down to that table, they're already thinking of who the person they want to come across. That's how we draw that. Emma, how are you? I'm doing wonderful. How are you? Oh, I see her. So we're very particular about the energy that's in the store in general. I believe this. I believe our shop vibrates very high, and when you walk in, I hope you feel that. We just don't. We don't allow negativity. It's just what you let in, right? Jetty, it's really cool. It is really cool. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Okay, moving on. Can I get a whoop whoop? Doing goofy stuff. That's important, right? You gotta have fun. Gotta have fun. Can I get a witness? All right. Let's go with, this is for Jesse. Love you, Jesse. Good luck, everybody. Jesse, as you know, and see, here's the thing, you guys, I know Jesse. So Jesse is one of the readers in the store, which kind of also is I'm surprised I'm giving you a card, but your guide said a card. So this is the card that we have for you, Jesse. So the end of old things and the beginning of new. I absolutely 100% understand this card for her, and so does she. I don't even really have to read this for her, but I'm going to anyways. Bring out the 2x4 therapy cards. Let go of the fear. Let go of the fear. You don't need it anymore. You don't need it anymore. Let go of the anxiety. And it is time. You're surprised that I was reading for you? I know, right? It's time to let go of the anxiety and be in charge of your own very positive energy to bring in all of the things that you want to bring in life. Because nobody else is going to do it except for you, right? And that damn rooster. I know. The rooster's annoying, but it could be the peacock. It could be the peacock. And he screams on the porch, and I swear this is what it sounds like. Help! Help! Like somebody's dying. For the first couple months, I thought somebody was dying in the barn. And I'm sure the neighbors did too. Anyhow. But Jesse, you know what it means. You have all this information. You know exactly what those cards mean for you. So I really don't have to do a lot of reading for you. But you have started taking some steps. Oh yes, there's peacocks out there. This morning, house hunting is exhausting, Flowers. This morning, it was 6:30, and the peacock couldn't find the girls. He couldn't find his girls. Validation, 100%. And he was screaming. And then the geese were screaming. And then the ducks were screaming. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know what's going on out there. But it was 6:30 in the morning, and I thought, well, screw it. I'll just get up. Anyhow, moving on. Validation. Sometimes that's all we need, right? Validation. Hi, Vicky Roop. Validation that you are on the right track. You know, Mystic Road, good morning. You know exactly what you're doing. You're on the right track. Kudos to you. Sometimes that's all we need. We have geese honking every morning. What kind of geese do you have, Care Bear? Are they Canadians or are they intentional? Love it. I love me some animal sounds all day long. I bet, Emma, you have on your farm in France, you have what kind of animals do you have? And how's your house coming? I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. Yeah, so there's intentional geese and then there's Canadian geese. Ours are very Canadian, not intentional. Ours are very sweet. Um, there's the ducks. They must be pissed. There's a nest right over here in the corner of the house, so somebody must have irritated them. Or the male duck is over there getting busy, making more baby ducks. Who knows? Chickens, cats, goats, and sheep. You have chickens, cats, goats, and sheep. You have sheep? That's cool. It is a regular zoo here. You guys, have you seen the donkey? It's beautiful. The donkey's adorable. She's adorable. We have 4 goslings, so cute. Yeah, we have some in the incubator right now. Not in the incubator, in the brooder. But you want some horses? It's a little expensive for me to ship you some horses, but girl, I have one in the front pasture. Tried killing himself last month, so he's off in the front pasture. And honestly, today, and I know this is today is the first day I'm very optimistic about him. So I'm like, thank God, because we birthed him, So he's 20 years old and he's our buddy. Yeehaw, hee haw. Hirsch, how are you? Sending you positivity and best blessings as well. But sheep is something we don't have, nor have we ever had. I take that back. When I was a little kid and it had a tick on it and then they butchered it and I would not touch it because I was like, that's nasty. Manifesting the perfect horse for you, Emma. The perfect horse. They are a heart animal for certain. They certainly are. Horses mean vet bills, right? Diana, you know what's frustrating? Look at me. When the vet doesn't listen to you. Like, what? How do you not know? I took the vet. We had one vet come to the house for him, and she's like, "Oh, she never even touched it and charged me $300." And then I trailered him into another vet, and I'm like, I think I really could use some X-rays to make sure there's no abscess in there, and I just need to know if we need to cut it back open because the Manuka honey healed it so quickly. Nobody listened to me. Nobody listened to me. And about 4 days after I spent another $300 at the vet for him to go, no, we're not going to do an X-ray, it popped open again. I was like, a mini one. Yes, the minis are so much easier. The minis are so much easier. It doesn't mean they have less of a vet bill, but they're so much easier. Get a new vet. That was 2 different vets. We don't have great vets around here. We do, but all animals come with vet bills because we love them. Absolutely. I don't know before. Making the rounds on the YouTube and things. Good morning. Oh my gosh. I'm fighting the puppy thing. Anybody else? So we lost Odin. I don't know. I guess it's been close to a year now. And Buford's 15. He's by himself. He declined quickly after Odin passed away. I'm fighting the puppy urge. I don't need a puppy. Always welcome in France. We'll be over in Europe next year. Well, we'll be in Europe. We'll be no, we're not in Europe. We're going next year we're talking, which is Europe. We're going to be in Ireland, Scotland, in England. And then this year we're going to be in Egypt from November 20th to December 5th. By the way, anybody else want to go to Egypt with us? You are more than you lost that fight, Jesse. Yes, you did. You can contact Angela Maynard or you contact me and I'll put you in contact with Angela Maynard. She's running the tour and I'm so excited. We are so excited. Your dog costs $400 a month and he's worth it. I understand. Yeah. Diana, you're not helping. She's like, we have a friend that breeds Great Danes. Oh. Tammy Hill, good morning. No, but Buford doesn't need a puppy. Yeah, no. August 22nd, 2026, my live event with Sarah Breskman. Always welcome. I don't know exactly when we're coming over. Jenny's fighting the puppy urge too. When is the Egypt tour? The Egypt tour is we leave November 20th. We took the 3 or 4 or 5 day extension, so we won't be back until December 5th. But yeah, then we're gonna have so much fun. Angela's an Egyptologist, so we get to go all the fun places, and we're cruising up the Nile. Who doesn't feel bougie about that? I'm gonna need a big, big, big white brimmed hat. Renee, have a great day. I don't need a dog that is taller than me standing. Care Bear, I have to tell you, my favorite breed is Great Danes. Every single one we've had has been the most wonderful, but they're short-lived and it's heartbreaking. Okay, can I get a whoop whoop? Can I get a whoop dance? We had not this last Dane, but the Dane before we had, he only lived till 14 months, and we found out at 10 months that he was in the 3rd stage of kidney failure. So he did not last much longer after that. But we loved him, and he traveled the country. So I actually traded in my Jetta so I could get a Suburban because we lived out in New Mexico, and he got to travel the United States with us, and we took him on a grand tour. It was nice. Okay. Egypt's going to be amazing. Bye, Diana. Vicky Roop. Vicky Roop. How are you? See, it sounds like he's screaming help. There is no peace here. Between this and the ice maker my husband brought home, my peaceful existence does not exist anymore. Shit you not, that thing's loud. Both of them. I hate that ice maker. I like peace and calm and just shh. And that ice maker, it sounds like a cat. Yeah, kind of. Vicky, are you here? Oh, Vicky. Oh, Vicky. Yes, he is calling for his partner. There's 2 females out there. It's so funny because we have your dog's looking for a cat. We just had a baby hatch out, a baby peacock hatch out. So you have to take, because peacocks are sucky parents. They're really, 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 really bad. And so we take the peacock's eggs and we take them to get them hatched over at our friend's house, right? We have these big, beautiful blue indigo winged peacocks. They're just stunning. They're just stunning. And then how did the white peacock come out of that? There's a white peacock out in the brooder right now. And we're like, what? I don't understand. But I don't know. We can't wait for that thing to grow. I'm super excited about that one. We used to have a white peacock years and years and years, like 30 years ago. Okay. They are bad parents. Really bad parents. We had one that raised the baby to like 3 months, and then they just let it die. I'm like, what'd you do? Not protect it? What the heck? Okay, moving on. This is for Vicky Roop. You know what? It's time to start changing some of the things that you do, Vicky Roop. Be a little bit more flexible in your plans. Be more flexible, right? Set new goals. Set yourself some new goals. Bring about some new things into your energetic field. What do you want? What do you want? Don't just go for the things that you've always manifested. Go for something new. Go for something new. Be outlandish. Want something different. Because I feel like you have stepped away from that zing. I feel like you've stepped away from a zing. But like there's a disempowerment here, right? Breathe deeper. Laugh harder. Smile bigger. They're talking Where's your muchness? Where's your muchness? I feel like that there's this straight and narrow. Um how do we get off that straight and narrow and become a little bit more of a rebel? That's what they want to know. The peacock, I know he's obnoxious as shit. He is. He is not my favorite today. Because there's some things, Vicky, that you're not paying attention to. You're not seeing the forest through the trees. Something is, that is the question. You're not seeing the forest through the trees. Want more for yourself. Not just for yourself, for those around you as well. But you do not have to be the provider for everybody around you. Want something for you in particular, for you specifically. When we ask for something, when we're manifesting something, we generally, because we're mothers and sisters and aunts and all that stuff, we're doing it for a group of people. Generally, we're like, I want this we want to rise together, right? Want something for yourself. And then start a whole new path about it. Start a whole new avenue for yourself. It's there. You're just not seeing it right now. Or you're seeing it and you're too reluctant to ask for it. Right? What is going on? And the female shark gets love bites doing what did I miss? Hold on. Was reading about shark babies. They on their own. Sometimes mom eats them. Oh no! Oh no! We had a peacock and are super friendly. You can pet him as long as you want until he walks off. Ours is pretty friendly. Good morning, Teresa Gibbs. How are you? I'm an overachiever, Fry. Seems like, wow, you're still on. I'm an overachiever. Now, Susan says, I resonate with this so much. That is wonderful. Because just because I called one person's name doesn't mean that it can't resonate with multiple people, right? It's called piggyback. Piggybacking. Piggybacking. All right, everybody. I hope that's helpful, Vicki. I am told by the wildlife that my time here is done. I'm going to go now. Anywho. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. No, that's the goose. That's the goose, Emma. That's the goose. I'm telling you. Oh, get the zing back is a great goal. Yes, I just manifested for all when charging under the full moon. Thanks, Lisa. Great message. It does resonate. Great. I'm glad because they want you to know you don't have to provide for everybody. You can manifest just for yourself too. All right, everybody. Have a great afternoon. Find light, find love, find joy, feel divine because you are. And if Mr. Fry were here in the room with me, he would say, may the light be with you always. All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye now.